Stiles from Brand Content Studios. Here's your Content Marketing Quickie for the week of June 4th, 2019. Want to learn some stuff about social media? Gee, that's swell, because Social Media Examiner just put out their 2019 industry report. And these are always nuggets of information that are either reaffirming or downright hard to believe. Despite warning signs and storm clouds, social marketers don't care. They're very bullish on social marketing, even more so than last year. They think it's doing everything they want it to do. Exposure, sales, thought leadership, you name it. The Big Five will likely stay the Big Five. In order, they're using Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn, and YouTube. Twitter? Really? Yes, Twitter. It's the sixth most popular social platform for American users, but number 3 in the hearts of marketers. In fact, over a third plan to actually increase activity on Twitter, even though usage has fallen 4 percentage points in 2 years. Anecdotally, I was following the Twitter hashtag during Digital Summit Atlanta and was stunned at the lack of participants and activity on it compared to just 5 years ago. On the other side of the coin, Americans are way more likely to use Pinterest and Snapchat than social marketers are. Facebook is deprioritizing the news feed and deprioritizing publisher content, but social marketers do not care. 51% plan to increase their posting throughout this year. What Facebook is switching to is something consumers love: messaging. But you can count on social marketers to zig when the world is zagging. Only 39% of them plan to increase their Facebook Messenger activity, and that's actually down from last year. But here's something they're getting right. They know they have to pay Facebook to get any reach. While 51% are increasing organic efforts, 59% are upping their Facebook ads game. So in summary, it's like social marketers feel like they just figured these channels out, so they're operating as if the platforms and user behavior don't change. Gonna take a shot in the dark here. You do lead generation campaigns, don't you? What do you hope to get out of that? Yeah, I know, leads. I'm not that stupid. But even SmartBrief wanted to know more about what the expectations are. So they asked marketers and advertisers things like, what do they see as typical success for lead gen campaigns? Over 30% want an average conversion rate of 10% or less, but over half want 20% or less. Some even wanted 50% plus conversion. They're like the girl who turned into a blueberry on Willy Wonka. If you don't test your landing pages, you are not alone. Only 24.5% do that always or often. 16% never do it. Now, how many fields do you make users grind through on your forms? 93% use 6 or less. The experts, you know them, they say you should shoot for 5, tops. Now to talk about my thing, content. Marketers are using all kinds of it. Tops on that list are white papers, videos, and infographics. Most think promoting a video will deliver the strongest conversion rate. But at the same time, they put a lot of stock in the design, layout, and copy of the landing page, feeling like that's got the greatest impact on conversion. Wow! Andreessen Horowitz analyzed the living hell out of podcasting. I mean, it's really in-depth, and it's a thorough look at where things stand today. Who didn't come out looking so good? Apple. 60% of podcast listening happens there, and that app, comes pre-installed on your phone, but Has Apple been good for podcasting? Could be better, like tons better. Even though the podcast app is in 900 million iPhones worldwide, it only has 27 million monthly active users in the US. That's quite a gap. The other way Apple's botched it is they don't monetize podcasting on their platform at all. That's what made it hard for advertisers to jump in harder and heavier than they have. Yet another way Apple's blown it is the metrics. They're non-existent. And of course, a lot of people think the app itself sucks. Overall, it paints a picture of Apple as a lead weight around podcasting's ankles. In terms of the app, the study says users seldom feel passionately about the podcast app they're using. The content is the core element users are engaging with. Well, that might be why Spotify already has 9% of podcast listening, and iHeartRadio and Pandora, they're scoring from promoting podcasts to the large existing user bases that they already have. Then there are what Andreessen Horowitz describes as long-tail listening apps, like Stitcher or Breaker. They're competing based on features users just like better. Advertisers are in and are largely very happy with the results that they're getting. But podcasting's monetization, it's still lacking. Again, ad buying is manual, it's tedious. It's not like it is on Google and Facebook. And it needs those metrics and targeting tools. The report says the current state of monetization in podcasting mirrors the early internet. Revenue lags behind attention. But make no mistake, companies, probably not Apple, will figure things out, and podcasting's monetization future looks very, very bright. Well, earlier I told you how doe-eyed in love social media marketers are with Facebook, no matter what. So this story, I assure you, will not matter to them. But an eMarketer report tells us users are spending less time on it. And they say time spent on Facebook will go down even more, or at best, stay flat for the foreseeable future. Do you spend 38 minutes a day on it? Because that's the average. And that's down 3 minutes from last year. Okay, that may not sound like much, unless it's your 3-minute video that didn't get seen. What's going on? Why is interest going down? Several reasons. One, the scandals, the privacy issues. It all just keeps giving the brand impression that this is a company that's learning to fly while it's already 30,000 feet in the air, and we're all sitting there in coach hoping they get it right. Analyst Deborah Williamson also says the newsfeed changes have not helped because there's less publisher content and apparently your friends and family just aren't that fascinating. Teens especially seem more than willing to not go on Facebook. And, our lives depend on what teens think. So the numbers aren't great, and you know what you do when you have bad numbers? You hide them, of course. Facebook recently stopped disclosing metrics for its main app. The good news for them, Instagram's fine. Usage should rise on that through 2021. All right, that's the Content Marketing Quickie for this week. Subscribe, review it. Let me know how to make this better for you. Sounds like my honeymoon. And as Johann Sebastian said, I'll be back next week. I'll be, because that was his last name.